100 facts about the Moon. 1. The Moon is Earth's only natural satellite. 2. It is sometimes referred to as Earth's twin or companion because it's relatively large compared to Earth. 3. The Moon's diameter is about 27% of Earth's diameter. 4. The average distance from Earth to the Moon is approximately 238,855 miles, 384,400 kilometers. 5. The Moon's gravity is about 1/6 of Earth's gravity, which means you'd weigh less on the Moon. 6. The Moon is estimated to be about 4.5 billion years old, roughly the same age as Earth. 7. The most widely accepted theory about the Moon's formation is the giant impact hypothesis, which suggests a Mars-sized object collided with Earth, and the debris from this collision eventually formed the Moon. 8. The dark, flat plains on the Moon's surface are called Luna Maria, singular, mare, and were formed by ancient volcanic activity. 9. The Moon's surface area is approximately 14.6 million square miles, 37.9 million square kilometers, which is about the size of Africa. 10. Moonquakes, similar to earthquakes, occur on the Moon, but are generally less intense because the Moon has cooled and become less geologically active. 11. The Moon has a very thin exosphere, but no atmosphere like Earth. This means there's no air to breathe or protect against radiation and temperature extremes. 12. Surface temperatures on the Moon can vary dramatically, ranging from about -280 F, 173 C at night, to 260 F, 127 C during the day. 13. A lunar day from one sunrise to the next. A night each last about 29.5 Earth days. 14. The Moon's surface is barren and devoid of liquid water, but there may be ice in permanently shadowed craters near the poles. 15. The United States Apollo program successfully landed astronauts on the Moon between 1969 and 1972, with Apollo 11 being the first manned lunar landing. 16. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin were the first humans to walk on the Moon during the Apollo 11 mission in 1969. 17. The lunar modules used by Apollo astronauts to land on the Moon were named Eagle Apollo 11, Snoopy Apollo 10, and others. 18. Apollo missions brought back a total of 382 kilograms, 842 pounds of lunar rocks, soil, and core samples. 19. The far side of the Moon, not visible from Earth, was first photographed by the Soviet Luna 3 spacecraft in 1959. 20. The Moon is tidally locked to Earth, meaning it rotates on its axis at the same rate it orbits Earth, so one side always faces us. 21. The famous Earthrise photograph was taken by Apollo 8 astronauts as they orbited the Moon in 1968. 22. The Moon's orbit is not a perfect circle but rather an ellipse, causing variations in its distance from Earth. 23. The bright areas on the Moon's surface are called lunar highlands, which are older and more heavily cratered than the Maria. 24. The largest known impact basin in the solar system is on the far side of the Moon, called the South Pole-Aitken Basin. 25. The footprints left by Apollo astronauts on the Moon's surface will likely remain visible for millions of years due to the lack of wind and erosion. 26. Ralls are long, Narrow channels or depressions on the lunar surface, thought to be formed by ancient lava flows. 27. The Moon's surface is covered in a layer of fine dust and rocky debris called lunar regolith. 28. The regolith on the Moon can be several meters deep in some areas. 29. The Moon's lack of atmosphere means it is exposed to the solar wind, which has gradually stripped away its surface materials. 30. The Moon appears greyish-white from space due to the reflective properties of its regolith. 31. The Moon's surface is marked by numerous impact basins created by asteroid and meteoroid impacts over billions of years. 32. Tycho is a prominent lunar impact crater, easily visible from Earth, known for its bright rays of ejected material. 33. Copernicus is another well-known lunar impact crater, with a central peak and terraced walls. 34. The descent stages of the Apollo lunar modules were left on the Moon's surface and remain there. 35. Lunar eclipses occur when Earth passes between the Sun and the Moon, casting a shadow on the Moon's surface. 36. The near side of the Moon is the side facing Earth, while the far side is the side facing away from Earth. 37. Due to the lack of air, there is no sound on the Moon, so astronauts couldn't hear each other or their equipment. 38. Lunar dust is abrasive and can be a challenge for equipment and spacesuits, causing wear and tear during Apollo missions. 39. 12 astronauts have walked on the Moon's surface during the Apollo missions. 40. NASA has plans to build a space station called the Lunar Gateway, which will orbit the Moon and serve as a base for future lunar missions. 41. The Artemis program to return humans to the Moon, with NASA planning to send the first woman and the next man to the lunar surface by the mid-2020s. 42. Recent discoveries have confirmed the presence of water molecules on the Moon, which could be used for future lunar habitats. 43. Some propose the idea of mining lunar regolith for resources like water and helium-3, which could be used for energy production. 44. The Moon's gravity causes tides on Earth, with 2 high tides and 2 low tides occurring daily. 45. Lunar dust can be lifted by electrostatic charges and create temporary dust storms on the Moon's surface. 46. The Moon once had a magnetic field, but it faded away billions of years ago. 47. NASA's Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter LRO has been orbiting the Moon since 2009, mapping its surface and resources. 48. The longest stay on the lunar surface by astronauts was Apollo 17, which lasted about 75 hours. 49. Apollo 15 was the first mission to use a lunar rover, allowing astronauts to explore greater distances on the Moon. 50. Solar sails, propelled by sunlight, have been proposed as a method for a future lunar exploration. 51. Some companies are planning to offer lunar tourism in the coming decades, allowing civilians to travel to the Moon. 52. The Moon is pockmarked with craters from meteoroid impacts, as it lacks an atmosphere to burn them up. 53. Some of the oldest rocks on the Moon are found in the lunar highlands and are estimated to be about 4.4 billion years old. 54. The Moon's surface has become a graveyard for space junk from past missions, including spacecraft and rocket stages. 55. The Moon's albedo, a measure of reflectivity, is relatively low, as it reflects only about 12% of the sunlight that hits it. 56. The Moon's gravitational pull creates a microgravity environment, allowing for experiments and testing of space technologies. 57. Permanently shadowed craters at the lunar poles are known as cold traps and may contain water ice. 58. The lunar rovers from the Apollo missions were left on the Moon's surface and remain there. 59. The Lunar Prospector spacecraft, launched in 1998, discovered evidence of water ice at the lunar poles before it intentionally crashed into the Moon. 60. China's Chang'e program has successfully landed multiple robotic missions on the Moon, including the Chang'e 4 mission, which landed on the far side. 61. Studying the Moon provides insights into the early solar system, the history of Earth, and the potential for future space exploration. 62. The Moon experiences moonquakes, which are often related to the gravitational interactions with Earth and the cooling of its interior. These moonquakes have revealed fault lines on the lunar surface. 63. A day on the Moon, one lunar day is about 29.5 Earth days, followed by an equally long lunar night. 64. Lunar soil is composed of fine dust, tiny glass beads, and small rock fragments. 65. Meteor showers on Earth, like the Perseids and Geminids, are caused by Earth passing through debris left behind by comets. The Moon also experiences meteoroid impacts and lunar meteor showers. 66. Apollo missions left retroreflectors on the Moon's surface, which allow astronomers to bounce laser beams off them to measure the Moon's distance with great precision. 67. Unlike Earth, which experiences solar eclipses when the Moon passes in front of the Sun, the Moon experiences solar eclipses when Earth blocks the Sun's light. 68. Earth's gravity creates earth tides on the Moon, causing its surface to rise and fall slightly over time. 69. While the Moon has ancient volcanic features, it lacks active volcanoes like those on Earth. 70. Due to the Moon's elliptical orbit, we can see about 59% of its surface over time, thanks to a phenomenon called libration. 71. Recent missions have found evidence of frozen water deposits in permanently shadowed craters near the Moon's poles. 72. The name Moon is derived from the Old English word manar. 73. Ancient civilizations, such as the Babylonians and Mayans, recorded lunar eclipses and used them to make astronomical predictions. 74. Astronauts who walked on the Moon reported that lunar dust had a distinct smell, and it sometimes caused allergies. 75. Noctilucent, or night shining. Clouds are ice clouds that form at high altitudes in Earth's atmosphere, and can also be seen from the Moon. 76. The Moon's lack of an atmosphere is that radio signals can travel great distances without interference, making it an ideal location for certain types of telescopes and communication. 77. The Moon's surface is exposed to cosmic rays from space, which can alter the atomic structure of rocks and soil. 78. The Moon's surface is constantly bombarded by micrometeoroids, which break down rocks and create a layer of space weathering. 79. The Moon has played a significant role in human culture, mythology, and religion across various civilizations. 80. The Moon's phases were used by ancient cultures as a calendar and timekeeping system. 81. The first spacecraft to impact the Moon was the Soviet Luna 2 in 1959, followed by Luna 9, which became the first to transmit images from the lunar surface in 1966. 82. NASA's lunar orbiter missions in the 1960s provided detailed images of the Moon's surface, helping to identify safe landing sites for the Apollo missions. 83. Earthshine is the faint glow of the dark part of the Moon, caused by sunlight reflecting off the Earth. 84. The Moon appears larger near the horizon due to an optical illusion of the Moon illusion. 85. In addition to the Apollo missions, the Soviet Union's lunar program and robotic missions like Surveyor and Chang'e have explored the Moon's surface. 86. Several countries and private companies have plans for future lunar missions, including NASA's Artemis program, which aims to establish sustainable lunar exploration. 87. The Apollo 11, 14, and 15 missions left retroreflectors on the Moon's surface for the Lunar Laser Ranging Experiment, which continues to this day. 88. The Moon has served as a stepping stone for a human space exploration, offering insights and experience essential for future missions to Mars and beyond. 89. The Moon's gravitational pull on Earth has a stabilizing effect on our planet's axial tilt, which helps maintain a stable climate. 90. The Moon's orbital period is approximately 27.3 days, which is often used as a lunar month in calendars. 91. The first known photograph of the Moon was taken by Louis Daguerre in 1839. 92. The Lunar Prospector spacecraft was intentionally crashed into the Moon in 1999 to search for water ice in the resulting plume. 93. The Moon has several unusual features, including the Mona Lisa crater, named for its resemblance to the famous painting. 94. Traces of methane have been detected on the Moon, likely delivered by solar wind over billions of years. 95. The Moon's surface features include mountains, valleys, and impact craters, providing a window into its geological history. 96. The Moon's geological history is well preserved, making it a valuable time capsule for understanding the early solar system. 97. The Moon's heavily cratered surface preserves evidence of early solar system impacts and planetary formation. 98. *** 98. Solar wind-capped Earth-Moon surface holds clues about the composition of the solar wind and its interaction with planetary bodies. 99. The Moon has been observed and studied for centuries by astronomers, leading to significant advances in our understanding of the cosmos. 100. The Moon continues to be a focal point for future space exploration, serving as a potential gateway to further exploration of the solar system, including missions to Mars,